I want to ask you a favor. I want to ask a favor that you hang out with me for the next 4 or 5 minutes or so. And I promise you, this little message has the capability of changing not that just the next 10 years of your life or 20 or 30, but the rest of your life. I'm Heather Morrison with Bold Beyond Belief, and I want to share with you today something that did literally change my life. It was something that I learned a long time ago, and it's just now something that's really gaining traction, and that is apologizing. I hear, especially women have elevated this to an art form, really. I hear women do this all the time, and we apologize for such ridiculous things. So I worked in high-tech marketing for about 15 years, and high-tech marketing is predominantly male. And it's funny because I never walked into a room full of guys and thought, I'm the only one here and I have to apologize for that. Ever. I walked in and thought, we've got stuff to do, let's get going. But when it came to a relationship, a personal relationship, holy moly, I was nothing but an apology monster. And so I want to encourage you to kind of take note of how you're apologizing and what you're apologizing for in life. For example, there's wind chimes. I'm outside. You can see I'm outside. There's wind chimes. Normally, the old me would have said, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me go where it's nice and quiet. Nope. I am loving the sunshine out here. I'm in the Pacific Northwest. It doesn't happen that often that we have sunshine, so I am digging it. So you're just going to have to put up with some wind chimes. So, side rant. One of the things that I notice that women apologize for a lot is simply taking up space. And we're not even vocalizing it. A vocal apology would be this, and I hear this all the time too. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've kind of a dumb question. Do you mind? Or for being late to a meeting. And this is an interesting one because I get a lot of pushback from clients on this one when I say, stop apologizing for being late. When you apologize for being late and you walk into a meeting that you're already late for, so you're already disturbing the meeting, and then you apologize for being late, and then you go on with your excuses to why you're late, now you're interrupting even more of the meeting. Don't do that. Simply sit down and say, thank you for waiting for me. Did you hear that switch, right? Thank you for waiting for me. So what if this week you acknowledge and kind of are becoming aware of where in your life you apologize, and instead of apologizing to people, thank them. Thank you so much for waiting for me. I truly appreciate it. And just end it there, right? Take your ego out of it, because what you're doing when you're apologizing to people is you're looking for them to validate you. You're looking for them to say, oh, it's okay. That's all right. I know traffic is crazy, right? And that makes you feel better. But what if your internal worth wasn't tied to the external validation? What if I was late, traffic was crappy, and I just walked in and said, hey guys, thanks for waiting, and just ended it there, right? But we apologize for everything. Someone bumps into us on the bus or in line, and we apologize to them. They bump into us and we're apologizing to them. You are literally apologizing for taking up space, right? We apologize for being late. We apologize for having an opinion. We apologize for asking for help. I'm so sorry, but would you mind? How about, hey, listen, I need some help here. Thanks for helping. I appreciate it. Do you even see the difference in body language? When you are asking for an apology, when you're asking for permission, your body shrinks. Oh, I'm so sorry. Would you mind? Right? But when you just say, thank you. Oh, thanks for helping out. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for waiting for me. I really appreciate it. Do you see my head is held up? My shoulders are held back, right? We apologize for asking what we want and for what we are worth. And this one drives me the craziest, especially when you're in a relationship with someone. You apologize for not having your needs met. I'm so sorry. No, simply say, listen, this isn't working for me, and I'd really like to discuss a way that we can work this out so it's mutually beneficial for both of us. So it's working out for both of us. But don't apologize for having human needs and asking for them to be met, right? There's a great commercial out there by Pantene, the hair company. I highly recommend you watch it. It's called Sorry, Not Sorry. And the first portion of the video is nothing but women apologizing, doing that exact same thing, right? They're sitting down at a staff meeting. A guy comes in and asks them to move over, and all down the line, they're scooting over and going, sorry, sorry, and moving over to accommodate this man who has just walked into a meeting and has just sat down, right? Which is what we should be doing. Just walk into the meeting. Excuse me, is this seat taken? Thank you so much. Right? Or they apologize. There's a husband and a wife in a kitchen, and the wife is trying to get the kitchen open or the refrigerator door open so she can cook dinner. She's got the baby in her hand. She hands the baby off to her husband. She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." "What are you sorry for?" "This is your husband. He had part in making this child as well. It's his child. You're busy. You need help. Can you hold the baby while I get some dinner? Thanks so much." Right? And it's interesting because then the second half of the video goes on to talk about, to kind of reiterate or show the same scenarios, but without the women apologizing. And it's amazing. And this video does two things. First of all, it really shows you how silly kind of we look as women apologizing for everything. And then it shows you in the second half of the video how powerful you look when you don't. This is a good rant. I'm feeling good today. The other thing I want to highlight too, because I get this pushback a lot too, is that people will say, well, you need to apologize. And absolutely, I believe in the word "I'm sorry," and I use it in the appropriate situations. For example, when someone has lost a loved one, you find out that their father just died, or their sister, or their dog just died. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's not your fault that they died, right? But that's extending a condolence to them. I'm sorry for your feelings. I'm sorry for the loss in your life. I'm sorry for how you're feeling, right? And again, even though it's not your apology, that's kind of what's the standard condolence is, "I'm so sorry for your loss." I do that all the time when there's an appropriate part for it. Or if there was malicious intent. If I hurt your feelings, right? Even if it's not malicious intent. So if I hurt someone's feelings or there was a misunderstanding, oh, I apologize. And I don't say, and here's the difference, I don't say, "I'm so sorry you misinterpreted that." That's not an apology. I'm sorry. That's not a heartfelt apology. So when you do apologize, make sure it's a heartfelt apology. "I'm so sorry that you feel that way. I'm so sorry if something that I said hurt your feelings or made you feel that way. Let's talk about this so we don't have this misunderstanding in the future, or we don't have this, this feeling that you walk away with that I intentionally hurt your feelings. That was certainly not my intent. Let's talk about it." So I'm not a beast. I'm not a monster. There are times in your life when you absolutely 100% need to apologize. But for having an opinion and taking up space in this world is not one of those times when you need to apologize. Whew, rant over. If you want to find out how not to apologize, feel like you have to apologize for everything, hit me up down below. I hope this has served you in some way, shape, or form today. And again, there are plenty of men that do this as well, so this serves everybody. Have a great day, and don't apologize for being you. Bye.